Process.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
August 5th, Meditation Reflections. Welcome.
A Wednesday.
Yeah. Sunny, lots to do, so we'll get to it and get on with our day.
I'll go first. I had an interesting meditation. They're usually good, and we recommend meditation to people. It does help. And this meditation was talking about imagining the future. And it used a very practical metaphor of cooking a cake. When you're baking a cake and you're giving yourself the motivation to do it, you are deliberately imagining putting the cake on the table to share it with friends and family, which is a wonderful experience. You go, and then you're working backwards from there to do all the little steps that you have to do to make a cake. And following the recipe, not to mention getting the ingredients, all the little steps in between, and you get this result that you were imagining from the very beginning after the cake is complete. And with all the transformation and change going on, it's kind of like, oh, this is exhausting. This is taking forever. Why isn't something happening? And one of my guides pointed out, no, it's a little like the cake at this stage. You need to spend some time imagining what the world would be like so that you get the positive influence of the completed cake, and then work your way backward for what the changes are that needs to be done to create this marvelous new world, or the lovely chocolate cake. So with the marvelous new world, it's more direct involvement, making choices yourself, better choices for yourself, for your health, for your family, and an entirely different outlook on the world.
Yeah. A lot of people seem to be looking at the negative side of what's wrong with the world and complaining about it and spending a great deal of time and energy doing that.
Or complaining about each other, which is equal to kind of like, okay.
So I think it's much more beneficial to start looking at the positive things that are happening. And unfortunately, many of those are hidden. We don't hear about the good things. All the news media wants to tell you is what's wrong with the world, what's bad. You should feel bad about yourself. What's wrong with
What's wrong with the world?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, look at somebody murdered, somebody embezzled, somebody died.
When you were a teenager growing
corruption.
When you were a teenager growing up, did you notice in particular during that time period of life, almost everything coming at you was negative? Your hair's not right, your shoes aren't right, your clothing's wrong, you have this and that bad habit, which is kind of a way of socializing the young people so that they're kind of normalized with it.
Get in the habit of actually criticizing everything.
Continuously.
And it gets tiresome.
It gets exhausting.
It's time to switch to the positive and look at the good things in the world. And even if it's not happening yet, imagining it happening and taking the steps to get there.
What would be necessary to the steps of the recipe to make a new and marvelous world? What would you change? You've got your entire lifetime to look back on to go, I really wish this or that hadn't happened. How could you have prevented it? What were the negative things that came at you that had no basis in reality?
We don't need to keep repeating that thought process of the negativity.
And we need to make some changes to get some other thought processes.
Yeah.
So this meditative process is ready to move on to the stage of how would the new world be different? And what are the first steps that I'm going to take to get ready to enjoy those new changes, which I think is really pretty important. And well, I guess at this point we're collecting the ingredients. We're beginning to imagine what it's like so we can make the steps to make the change. So start with the imagining. Anyway, a little difficult, but I think we're ready for those kind of...
Yeah. So have a good day. Thanks for being here.
And we'll see you tomorrow, and blessings upon you.
Blessings.